Right, it's a nice Sunday afternoon now. We've got some more lawnmowers again, and we better tidy this area up a bit so that we can start working on them. See you in a minute. Come on then kids, out you come. Right, we're just going to move things around up here. We're going to start working on a few lawnmowers now. Gary's been out, he's bought a few more as well. We're finding them all over the place. They're popping up all over the place. So any of you think there ain't no money to be made out there doing this sort of stuff, just start looking and seek and ye shall find. I'm going to put you on time lapse. We're going to have a little clear up, so I'll see you in a minute. Right, that's a little bit tidier now. At least we've got a bit more space up here. And I can bring this Biggs and Stratton one up here. Yeah, this is probably going to be the first one I sort out. Oh. Just makes life so much easier when you've got somewhere decent to work. Right, so we know basically this one works and all it needs is a gasket and diaphragm clean up. And let's have a little look around. I'll show you what we got. This is what Gary's just picked up today as well. Let's show you. Right, so this was picked up as a, was it a non-runner?
Yeah.
So he went round the house, but the bloke also had this one in the background. He said this one was running, and this needed just a pull cord changing. It's only one of those little Power Devil plastic based ones. It's a bit untidy, but again, it just needs the cover painting really. It's all there. Anyway, this one, the bloke said he pressed the primer bulb and the bulb weren't sucking anything up. So he said that was solder's not working. This has got a man. No, what's it called? This is self-propelled. This one as well. Yeah. Anyway, just when Gary went to pick it up, he said £20. What was it? £20 or 30? What was it?
£20 for the both.
£20 for both of these. So literally £10 each. And the bloke went down and he pressed the primer bulb after filling the tank up with fuel. You said he done that, Gary, didn't you?
Yeah.
He then, let's move that one back a bit. He then went to show Gary that this one don't start. And he done this. So as you can see, that one is actually running fine. And the bloke wanted to keep it before Gary said anything. You give him the money, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I had to carry through with the deal. So anyway, that's that one. You're thinking about repainting, isn't you?
Yeah, it's all rough flaky.
Let's have a closer look at it. The decks, as you probably know, they're all very much the same, but they brand them differently. This one's called a Dynamic, and it's obviously painted in yellow, but that doesn't mean nothing to us. You can see how filthy this is. It's never been really maintained very well. But everything's there. It is a self-drive one, so once this is all cleaned off, and he's going to paint the deck, that'll be a slight rub down. That's all this really needs. There's no holes in it, and then we'll paint it in the way we normally paint it. This little Power Devil one, again, he got this for a tenner. This one was the worker. He said this one was working, and it's not one we would normally buy, but because he said it was working and the only thing gone on it was the pull cord. Actually, that's broken as well, Gary.
Yeah, he said the cap was broken.
The cap's broken, but you can pick them up anywhere, and we might even have a spare one floating about.
One in there.
So all we do, it'll just repaint the cover. Once this is all cleaned up, it will be absolutely fine. And you find these plastic deck ones, a lot of sort of elderly people want, or ladies for example, because they don't like lifting a big heavy one about, because these are physically quite light. So he's just going to take the recoil cover off on these ones. Again, not one we would normally deal with. Right, what you found there?
Well, I've just lifted it off and it was just must have been jammed because it's rewound back in again.
Oh right, what's that? Has that been pulled out there? Look, it's a little... No, is it? I don't know.
I think it's just stuck where he's not used it over the winter probably.
Is it frayed where it's probably snapped? It might be shorter than normal, you see, look. There's a bit of frayed there. It's obviously come off at some stage. You're going to put another cord on it or what?
Yeah, I'll whack a new cord.
We've got some new cords, so we might as well put it on while we're here. I'll hold that in position. Normally you'd have to put a clamp on that and hold it, but we're going to put a new cord on it while we're here. And again, we don't normally stock parts, as I say, for these sort of lawnmowers. So once you decide on the type of lawnmower you're going to repair, just keep spares for them by buying old ones, and that's your spare selection then, because things like cables can cost a lot of money. Like you saw with the last Briggs and Stratton one we repaired, I had a coil in stock and that didn't cost me anything. Right, measure it off against that one and add a bit more. There we go. Probably another foot on the end of that, wouldn't it? So, you know, if you keep the basic spares, things like spark plugs, consumables, get a coil of this stuff, like the actual twine. And again, I bought this from a car boot sale as a part coil, because they're quite dear when you buy it as a whole coil. Should have got the blade and do that, but never mind.
I'll burn it.
You're going to burn the end of it. And as you probably know, burn the end of that, because it's a plasticky type material, and you want to burn the end of it, otherwise it all splays up when you poke it through the hole in this, basically. So Gary's just going to get a torch now, a light, and burn the end of it. But we haven't seen this one running yet, as I say, this little Power Devil. But hopefully when we do the pull cord, it'll be okay. Where the cable's frayed is obviously where it's been caught up in the past, I would suggest. So, right, okay, so just put that back through there.
Just see if there's a handle.
And it's no fancy knot for this, it's just a single knot. And I'm trying to do it one-handed, that's why you have a clamp, because normally you have to pull the knot pretty tight. Yeah, that's not coming out. And then let it wind back on again. And things like this, what you'll find, people will sell a mower just because of something like this isn't working properly. There we go. So that goes onto there. And again, this is one of those ones which you could do with a little, like a cable up there to hold it up there, because it don't pull right the way back in, as you can probably see. Look, now is there a reason for that? It might be a bit sticky, look. I know sometimes these get dented and it puts a bit of tension on them. It's a little bit slow at coming back in, that could have been the issue, you see. Well, we'll try it for now anyway, see if we can get it running first of all. Always like to check the oil before I start an unknown mower up. Yeah, that's right to the top of the dipstick. Put it on there, and I like to see the colour of the oil as well. That actually looks pretty clean. So that looks alright. And again, just one little knot, that's all you need. You got fuel in it?
Well, I presume it's fuel.
Oh right.
That cap's been broken, so I don't know if it's been left out, it's got water in it or what, I don't know.
Right, okay. Now again, unknown quantity, we don't know what this is going to do. Oh, it's got a throttle on that one, hasn't it? Choke. So that's the only thing, the cable don't come right back like that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
We might need to adjust the spring tensioner thing.
Too far out.
See, and it's things like that that give people the ump and make them want to sell them. Now, if this was one of our normal mowers, we'd just take that cover off and probably replace it with another one because we would have them in stock. Because this is a mower we don't know about, we've got to play about with it and try and get it going. See, look, see, it's definitely that sticking. Sometimes that's enough just to loosen that nut in the middle. What's this one? 7? 8. Thought it was going to be a 9 then. I don't know whether it's because that's dented or I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. See, the trouble is once you pull these out and undo these, you open up a whole can of worms and they spring out everywhere. So that's one thing you've got to be careful of. Oh, it looks like it's been dented.
Spring's coming out.
Fucking. See what I mean?
Worms.
That is a can of worms. The spring's coming out. This is why I hate these ones. Let's put it under tension again. Oh, see, now this is where you need glasses on. Right, I think I've got it contained. Yeah, do that back up quick. Quick, do that back up. They're absolutely murder, these different type ones. Is it going? Over there. Haven't we got another one of these in there?
I think we have.
Because sometimes we do get these old cheap bleating mowers and it's worth keeping things like this sometimes. No? Oh, the spring's come out. I can see the spring. Eh?
What's happened to that one?
We got another one there, but the spring's out of it. Oh dear. This is going to turn into a bird's nest. Oh dear. Yeah, look, can you see this? Look. Can you see the spring that's popped out there? Look. Oh, that's murder. So we're going to have to do. I'm going to have to take it out. There's no two ways about it. I'm going to have to take it out. So bear with us. I'll see you in a minute. Right. Well, I thought I'd film it just to let you see what happens when you get one of these apart and how really dangerous they are if you ain't careful. So that comes off of there. And don't forget we've got that spring inside there which is all popped out there now. We've got two little lugs that have got to come out. They're the things that grip onto the actual flywheel. Now this spring is going to fly out. Well, I'll say fly. Oh, there we go. Now, looking in there, that rubbing on the casing there looks like where our friction is. So maybe this has been bent in, because you'd only need these bent in slightly to make that rub, and I think that's what we might have been experiencing. So realistically, what I want now is that blinking thing off again. But these springs, I should have glasses on here, but I haven't got them on. So I'm going to let that unravel like that. And this is the spring, look. This is the actual spring which goes in side there. So what we could do, we could try and put that on a flat surface and just hammer that down, Gary.
Yeah.
Flatten that down a bit while I try and coil this spring back up, yeah? You might want to do it on the vise in there, on the back of the vise. Right, so we've hit that out now and got that sort of pushed out a bit more. So hopefully that's what was causing the problem. I'm going to start from the outside now on here, yeah? That way. and then try and wind it into here first. Hopefully then that will be able to hold its shape. That's the theory, yeah? Because it's not under real much tension there, is it?
No.
Till you pull the pull cord. So that's the theory this time. We'll see how this one goes. I think I'll speed you up for this. Right, well, as you can see there, that's all wound in there. It's a lot more controlled way of doing that. But although the string's not under tension yet, so what I'm going to have to do, I think, is take the cord out. If we get that string right away, hook this inside and then wind it up. Once it's wound up, then put the cable in. That's the plan anyway. There we go. See, just a single knot is all you need. He's having trouble doing that one. So we get the cord out. So we're at the stage now where we've got it all in there like that. So technically speaking, pull that cord out of there. There's our little lug on there for that to hook onto, which should go on there pretty easy because there's no tension or nothing there.
Should we put a bit of grease on that metal?
Yeah, put a bit of grease on there. That's a good idea, Bert. Nice to see you thinking on your feet. It's definitely where it's been rubbing because it's rubbed all the paint off there, and as you can see, that was obviously someone might have pushed down on that or put their foot on to try and pull start it, and that slight indent, yeah, that's fine. That slight indent has made it rub on there, and it's caused all the problems. So just rub your fingers around there. Can't hurt it, can it? Yeah, that's on. That's gone on. Yeah, went on nice and easy. There's no because of the grease, he said. Drop your little magnets back in. This way the spring's not under tension. There's got to be a simple way to do these things. It's just finding out what they are. So I've never done one of these really like this before, but I'm doing that in front of you, so we're learning on our feet. Right, there's two little slots there. Where do they go? Now, providing that little tang is caught on that spring retainer on the outer cover, we should be okay. Why don't you give me the screwdriver adapter for this? Not making my life difficult, didn't you?
Well, no, I had that to take the top off and you just asked for an 8mm.
He's like his mother, always got an answer. Right, there we go. So that's where we are. So pull cord's going to pull that way. So we want to wind that way. It's popped off, isn't it? It popped off, isn't it? Or is it? That thing's jumped off, isn't it? Oh, I've got to jump off again, look. It jumped off. Screwdriver a bit.
Oh, thanks, dude.
I've done this now, haven't I? Hopefully that spring will be all sitting still in that top position. Change that over. Let's hope it doesn't pop out. Get him stand back then, did you see that?
I was trying to see underneath it.
Yeah, it just, oh. It just must have jumped off that little thing there, look. Right, now it's on it. This time, don't let it jump up. It's all a learning curve. Goes in there. Right, screw that in while I'm holding that in place, Bert. Do it again, just nip it up. That's it. Right, so now, tension.
Yeah.
Cool, have we? So now I'm winding up now it's winding the tension of the spring up. It's just now when to stop. Going half strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have glasses on again. Right, I'm going to hold it there for a minute because I think that's far enough. Now, where's that hole? Gone past it, haven't I? Yeah, see, will I get one more turn in there? No, that's it, maximum. So that hole is there, isn't it? Right, whack that through there. Tie your little knot in the end. And hopefully... Right, that's it, let it go, pull it. Have I gone the right way? What way does that go? I've gone the wrong way. I've wound it up the wrong way. I've wound it up the wrong way. Oh, do you believe that? See what I mean? Silly little things like this which get on normal people's nerves, but we have to persevere. Yeah, go on in. You tighten it, you do it. So I went the wrong way. As long as it don't go ping now, we'll be alright. It shouldn't do, because that's all incarcerated. Incarcerated? Is that a word? Try again, shall we? So let that come back.
The spring in the wrong way.
I can't have wound the spring the wrong way, surely. This is the thing with springs, you never know whether you got them in the right way or not. Oh God, don't say that. See, it wants to go that way. The spring's wound in the wrong way, isn't it? I've put the spring in the wrong way round. Right, we're going to go back to step one. We're going to turn you off, put the spring back in the other way and then start again. See you in a minute. Right, third and final attempt. I think the spring can only go in the one way. So I don't think I had the spring in the wrong way. But I think I wound it the wrong way when I was winding it to put the cord in. So that was what I think the problem was. So right, we're back to there again now. Well, that way, isn't it?
If that was there.
Yeah, it's got to be this way, surely.
Is it?
Well,
that's sitting on the mower that way, isn't it?
Right, it sits on the mower like that.
Pulling it, so it'll be going that way. And when it's coming back in, it'll be going that way, won't it?
Yeah, so we need to go that way. Because don't forget the cord's right out at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's going to spin back that way.
Yeah.
So we need to be fully that way. Do you think?
I don't know. Got to be, isn't it?
I think that's right. Right, let's get that, before we go any further then, let's get that nut and bolt back in there again. Put them two little things in there.
Where do they go?
Oh, way, that's it. Yeah, because I span it I'm sure I span it the other way first of all. Once that's in tight, then we can't move then. So, right. Yeah, so I need to go fully that way, which is clockwise for those of you who are wondering which way we're turning it now. I'm going fully clockwise now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because the cable is out, isn't it? So when the cable's out,
it reels in anti-clockwise.
it reels in anti-clockwise, that's it. So you wind it clockwise so that you know now for future reference. There's a lot of tension there again. And you, as I say, oh, that was the right way and all, wasn't it? You know what that was, didn't you?
Pop out again.
Because it ain't got the... We changed cord, we found another one, the one in there, because we had that double kink on it, where I think I wound it the wrong way. It double kinked it, look. Yeah? That should be... Well, I wound it back on itself. We had it then. So we're going to have to use this one again. This is the original one, which has got more of a tang on it, which the other one didn't have. Round 3, here we go again. Yeah, that was it. Definitely that was it. Oh, would you believe it? But it's now, it's all a learning curve. And it's now pretty straightforward, hopefully. So I now know to wind it anti-clockwise. And again, be careful when you first pull this off. I'll turn it over. See, that's the one there. See, it just had a little L tang on that one, on that spring. So all we're going to do is take this out, let it unwind under control. Although there's not too much tension when you do it like this, as you can see. Look. There we go. Take that one back out. And let's put this one back on. The original. And the thing now is that we now know This can only be wound one way. What is? Oh, it's got a brand new air filter in it. I'll show you that in a minute. So hopefully now, this can only hook onto here one way, really. So put that on there. And as you can see, yeah, see, we wound it the wrong way. That's why it's all doubling up on itself. So that was my own fault, but again, it's all a learning curve. That's it. Oh, that's it, got it, yeah. Right, okay, so hopefully now, right, let's try again. Right, I think that's got it now, so put them things back in. It's got to be wound in clockwise, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How far do you wind it? Oh, it's done it again.
Oh dear.
Right, we've got it right back in now, and we've done it. I might have overwound it, you see, when I was winding the spring. That's what might have been the problem. So go on in, let it go in gently. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a good pull. They're going to pull, call it. There you are. That's it, isn't it? We'll try one more turn on it, and then we'll add up and tell you how many turns we've done. So pull it right out. Hold on, start from there. Go on. Where's the cord? So start from there. So go on in, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Right, that's 5 full winds. We take the cord out and we're going to put another one fully in. Another turn on the spring. Please don't pop off. Right, 6. That's 6 full winds out we've done there. Now we're putting the spring back in. The cord back in, rather. I might have overwound it and it's the spring popped off. That's what the problem might have been. Right, okay. Let go. Right. Yeah. Hopefully when we put it back on now, we're laughing. There you go, Bert. Well, not in your time, but in our time, that took about 3/4 of an hour to sort that out. But we now know, wind the spring up clockwise, put it in the head, like we showed you. And when you've got it fully on, wind the spring up 6 rotations and then put your cable in, and that should hopefully get us to a fully working cord. But we bashed that out, as you saw. We put some grease on it as well to help. Hopefully now you'll see that this should hopefully be okay. And if you work on these all the time, you'd know about this. We don't work on these ones, hence we don't know about it. But now we do know, and we're passing that on to you. Isn't that right? And that's why you watch our channel, no doubt.
And it's got a new air filter.
Oh yeah, and it's got a new air filter, so someone's done some maintenance work on it. But let's just hope that, diagnosing the initial problem, someone probably putting their foot on there, pushing that in, that's what's caused the issue. That might be proven to be correct in a second. But yet we still don't know whether it starts.
No.
He told us it run, but there you go. Anyway. Cool, oh, you're joking.
Yeah, it did work.
This is why we don't like repairing these types of mowers. Get the spanner out.
It's down there next to you.
So you can never guarantee these sort of things. Although we sussed that out and we thought we had it cracked, we're now back to square one. This is why these things come up for spares or repair. The spring's all still on, it's not the spring. I think you might have pulled it out too viciously and these might have just stuck in here.
Well, you know what then?
What?
You're pulling it next.
I'm thinking something else now. I think maybe this is too far out.
That's what I say, yeah.
Yeah. Might need to tap it down a little bit. That might be a bit. Try that. Right, did you pull the handle up? Might. Try and start it again. Yeah, I think all that is, it's not the recoil. I think that might have just jumped out because it was wedged them little metal things that stick out. I think they was just stuck. So it looks like the gap between this thing and that has got to be absolutely, probably, in fact on fillet it's raised up, isn't it?
Yeah.
It might just be tapped down a little bit. You probably over hit it sort of thing, yeah? That's better, it's flatter now. Let's try again. Right, well, as you can see, that's been a little bit tedious, that one, but we now know a lot more about these starter recoils in this type of lawnmower. So if we ever see any that are pulled out and the wires left hanging out, we know exactly what the problem is.
Avoid them.
Avoid them. The tolerance between the flatness of this is so critical, and initially, if you see them dented in, that's why they won't return. We now know the spring, the way the spring winds. We know now how many 6 turns on it when you put a new cable in it, or a new coil of what's the twine? What's it called? Pull cord.
Yeah.
And we also know if you hit these out too far, they'll jump out and stay out and give a similar sort of effect of the cable not pulling back in. But there was two totally separate reasons there. Anyway, I'm going to have a cup of tea, upload this video, and we'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.